I used to give this guy bass lessons. This is 20 years ago. And every day, I saw him every day, and every day all I talked about was timing. Timing. Everything we talked about was timing. I made him buy a set of drumsticks and practice. We used to sit and practice on the chair. Timing, timing. Bass, timing, timing. It's all we spoke about, timing. And after 2 years, Dave said to me, he goes, you know what, Steve? I think I'm starting to understand what you mean about timing. And when he said that to me, I had two thoughts, two tracks in my mind. On the one hand was, what you mean, we've been talking every day, all day about timing for 2 years, and you've only just got it. And the other track was, how could you possibly understand what I'm talking about in timing when it took me 13 years to understand what I'm trying to tell you? Now I say that because, well, let me back up. Why 13 years? I spoke to this guy, a semi-famous bass player, one time, and I said to him, I said, if I talk to you about timing, do you know what I'm talking about? And he looked at me and he said, how long did it take you? Which was the right question to ask me back. I'm like, 13 years. And he goes, yeah, that's pretty good. He goes, generally the rule is takes drummers 10 years, bass players 15 years, keyboard players, saxophonists and guitarists about 20 years, and vocalists about 25 years. Assuming you're practicing doing it every day, that's how long it will take. If you don't do it every day, it will take longer. And it took me 13 years, right? So with Dave, that was where I was coming from. Like, how could you possibly understand what I'm talking about after 2 years, when it takes everyone else all that time? Now I'm telling you that story because it took me 13 years to understand timing, which is the basis of music. It's what musicians are really looking for but don't know in the beginning. But before those 13 years, I was an active bass player. I recorded music, I made music, I was in bands, I did all that stuff, right, before I fully understood it all. And I'm telling you that because in this realm that we're in at the minute, when we're talking about this online stuff and making a lifestyle business around all this, if you're sitting there thinking and trying to be strategic and work it out all in your head before you're kind of ready to go, that's not how you want to think about it. You may not have all of the pieces of the puzzle right now, okay? But you need to get started doing this stuff even though you don't fully get it. Even though if you don't, you just don't know. You're unsure, you're uncertain. I would recommend that you just start putting yourself out there in this way. It's what I did as a bass player. I was playing bass out and doing these things, and I was just doing it, and one thing led to the next. I was in the process. Was I perfect? Probably not, right? But I was in the process, and I was on the path, and I turned out to be a decent bass player. So again, if you're in this space, and you want to do this, and you don't think that you're this, and you're not that, and I'm not good enough, and all these people are better than me, just let all that go and just start doing this sort of thing, right? And what I talk about in all the other videos, that stuff will come into play for you. So it's really just about, don't wait, just get started now, and get in the arena, get involved in the process.